Hey guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to hop on here and do a video for you guys on some of the steps that I have taken in my journey to financial freedom and some of the things that I have learned along the way in order to start building generational wealth for your family. I'm a nurse practitioner. I'm 31 years old. I have 3 boys and 2 dogs. And I kind of had a wake-up call earlier this year where I realized that I've been working for a long time, 12 years of my life. I've also been a student for a long time as well. And I just felt like I woke up one day and I had nothing to show for it. I was very overwhelmed with all of the debt that I was in. And it just started to feel like, oh my God, am I gonna work myself to death for the rest of my life? And I decided one day, I don't want to work myself to death for the rest of my life. I want to be able to retire early. I want to leave wealth for my kids. I want to help put them through college and chase their dreams, as well as continuing to fulfill my own dreams. And I realized that something needed to change. So what did I start doing? I started listening to financial podcasts. I started listening to motivational YouTube videos of people that have really turned their life around. They were able to build their net worth. They were able to take nothing and turn it into something. And I decided that I needed to start on that path too. I've listened to a lot of Dave Ramsey. I've listened to a lot of YouTubers that are on here about finances. And I've started within the last few months taking some steps on my own, and I'm seeing a lot of progress. And so it gives me really motivation to keep going. So I'm going to give you some of the tips that I've learned along the way and hopefully give you guys some motivation to keep going as well. These are some of the things that I started doing within the last, I would say, 6 months, and I have already seen such a huge change. So I'm going to start out by the first thing that you need to do is you need to rip the Band-Aid off, take the sunglasses off, take the blinders off, and look at your financial situation. Look at your bank statements, look at your credit card statements, look at your student loan notices, look at everything, and you need to write down your debts and your assets, and you need to kind of figure out where your net worth is. Okay, it's kind of hard to do, especially when you're have a lot of student loans, because you realize, or at least myself, realize that I'm severely in the negative net worth. And it was really eye-opening for me. Like, man, I gotta dig myself out of this hole. Nobody else is gonna get me out of this hole for me. The government's not coming to save me. I'm not gonna just hope and pray that one day I'm gonna wake up and my student loans are gonna be forgiven, that I'm gonna win the lottery. You know, that's not a good plan to have. So you need to take the blinders off and really take a good look at your financial situation and see where you're at. Okay? If your net worth is 0 or more, you're already way ahead of me. So good job. But it's a long way to go. So the second thing that I started doing, and I heard this in one of the, I can't remember what it was, but pay yourself first. I was making a budget every month, and I was saying, well, whatever's left over from the budget, I'll put into savings, or I'll put towards debt, or I will do this, or I will do that. Well, guess what? There was never anything left at the end of the waiting for my next paycheck. There was never anything left. And so I really decided that, okay, when I get paid, I'm going to pay myself first. I'm going to set aside money for myself, for my future. I do automatically contribute to my 401k because of the company match, but just the minimum amount that I need to get the match. But I didn't have any savings, and I said I need to start building this up somehow. And so I started having 10%, $1 out of every $10, 10% of the money that I was earning, net after taxes and everything, 10% I've transferred into a high yield savings account. High yield savings accounts have higher interest rates, so you build money higher on than regular savings accounts. So that's another thing that I learned, but pay yourself first. I've already saved up several $1,000s by doing that, and it's only been a few months. And I actually really surprised myself because I didn't think that I would ever be able to do that. I never thought that I'd be able to have savings, several thousand in savings, and look at my credit card statements and everything and be like happy. I've never had that feeling before. So it's such a good feeling, and you have to automate it. If it's not automated, you won't do it. You will find another reason why. Oh, I have to pay this that month. I have to do that. No, automate it. It's set in stone. It is a fixed expense. Pay yourself first. Number 2, or I guess that was number 3. Number 1 was kind of like, oh, no, I'm sorry. This is number 3. Know where your money is going. Okay, it's so easy to, we have cards nowadays. We don't have cash, so we just swipe. And then where did all your money go at the end of the day? When I realized, the other day when I was talking about how much money my gross is, and I realized it was a lot of money, I was like, where is it all going? And this is when I decided to take a good hard look at all of my bank statements. I had like 10 subscriptions to different movie things like Netflix and Hulu and Max and Crunchyroll, and my kids had subscriptions to PlayStation, and I did not know where any of my money was going. I just knew that it was going out of my bank account. And you really don't realize how much it all adds up, because it seems like it's not that much. $9.99 here, $7.99 there, $11.99 here, there. I was paying for gym memberships I haven't even been to. You really need to know where your money is going. So you need to go several months back into your bank statements, print them all out or download them all on your phone, and go through and make sure you recognize each and every one of those. And then you can kind of see how, where your money's going. Is the majority of your money, are you spending it on shopping? Are you spending it on food, eating out? Are you spending it on a car payment it's too high that you can't afford? That goes into my next thing. You need to live below your means, or you'll never get ahead. If you make $200,000 a year and you spend $200,000 a year, you don't have anything to show for it. If you make $50,000 a year, but you were able to save $10,000 a year, then you're ahead. Okay? You have to live below your means. That means, not going out and buying like a new Porsche or a new Jeep Wrangler or the newest, handbag or shoes. Or there's a difference between looking rich and being rich. And I promise you, like, looking rich is great, and that will come with time when you actually are rich, but you shouldn't compromise your wealth now to look rich now when you're not. Okay, so it's okay to drive your old car that you've had from high school. It's okay that you still, live at your parents' house, or you have a roommate. It's okay, because you want to build wealth for your future. And the more money you have working for you, the easier it'll be to get to financial freedom. A lot of people don't buy a house that you cannot afford. Don't buy a house where the house payment is 50-60% of your income. That is literally insane. That is insane. Don't do it. It'll be very hard to get ahead. Okay. My last thing is budget for the things that you love to do. Why? Because, I work in healthcare. I see it every day. Life is so short. You're fine one day, the next day you have ovarian cancer. You're working and everything's great, and then tomorrow your life's flipped upside down. Your mom died. Things happen, okay? And so you have to budget. That means don't, compromise on things that you love to do. If it brings you great, great joy to buy an iced coffee 3 days out of the week, it's one thing you look forward to on Fridays, just do it, okay? Because life is short. And if you plan for it and you budget for it and it fits into your plan and your goals, I definitely think you should do it. Save money for, I love Christmas, and I love my kids' faces in the mornings on Christmas morning when they wake up and there's full of presents under the tree, okay? That's what I love to do. And so I'm going to save up money, responsibly, you know, because I'm going to spend it on the things that I love. But I'm not going to spend every single dollar that I make. I'm going to make sure that I'm investing in my future. And then I'm also paying off debt. I was able to pay off you need to get rid of high interest debt. If the first thing, I know there's many different plans. There's the avalanche method and the snowball method and Dave Ramsey and this and that. And I'm not going to tell you what's right and what's wrong, but I'm going to tell you what worked for me. And I needed to save up money first. I tried to save at least $1,000 before I did this, which I did. And then I paid off all my high interest credit card debt. All of my credit card debt was paid off. Okay. And my car is paid off. I drive an old car. It's not old. It's not that old. It's from 2017. I bought it when I graduated nursing school in 2017. And so I guess it is like 7 years old, but you know what? That's okay. It gets me to and from work every day, and I'm planning, you know, saving money aside in case I have to do maintenance on the car. But as much as like I want to go out and buy a new car, or like I'm just, you know, my car doesn't have all the new features that everybody else's car has, like I'm content. I have my car. I don't have a car payment. It's more money I can put toward debt. So basically the only debt I have right now is my student loans, and it's a lot. It's over $100,000. So it's a lot, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I know that I'm gonna make it there. And I'm hopeful that within the next few years, I can go from negative net worth to positive net worth. And I am just gonna keep going, and I'm not gonna give up. And so make yourself goals, because it gives you motivation to keep going. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it motivates you to start working toward your financial goals. And if you have any tips or tricks or comments, just leave them down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.